Imagine a peaceful lake, a popular tourist spot just a short drive from a bustling capital city. Inside this lake, there's an island. And on that island, a volcano. It sounds like something out of a movie, right? But for the people of Batangas, Philippines, this is reality. And in January 2020, this seemingly tranquil scene transformed into a terrifying spectacle of nature's power. For 43 long years, the Taal volcano had been quiet. It was a picturesque postcard, a place for boat rides and scenic hikes. But on January 12, 2020, the giant began to stir. It all started with what's called a phreatic eruption. Think of it like a massive, angry steam explosion. This happens when superheated magma meets groundwater, instantly flashing it into steam and blasting rock, ash, and steam into the air. At first, many thought it was just a minor event, a bit of a show. But they were wrong. The situation escalated with terrifying speed. Within hours, the eruption type shifted dramatically. It became phreatomagmatic, a violent mix of water and magma, and then purely magmatic. This wasn't just steam anymore, this was the real deal. Molten rock lava began fountaining from the crater. The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, or PHIVOLCS, raised the alarm. Alert level 2, then 3, and then, in a matter of hours, it hit alert level 4. That means one thing: a hazardous explosive eruption is imminent. It's the second highest level, a stark warning to get out now. What followed was apocalyptic. A colossal column of ash, steam, and gas rocketed into the sky, reaching an incredible height of 10 to 15 kilometers. That's higher than most commercial airliners fly. Within this monstrous churning cloud, an eerie and beautiful phenomenon occurred: volcanic lightning. Jagged bolts of electricity flashed constantly, a result of friction between the flying ash particles. It was a scene straight out of a disaster movie, but it was happening in real time. The ash didn't stay put. Carried by the winds, it began to fall like a dark, gritty snow, and it traveled far. It blanketed not just the nearby towns, but reached all the way north to Metro Manila, the nation's capital, and its surrounding provinces. Streets, cars, and homes were covered in a thick layer of gray dust. Life came to a standstill. Manila's international airport, one of the busiest in Southeast Asia, was forced to shut down completely, grounding hundreds of flights and stranding thousands of passengers. The fine, abrasive ash posed a serious threat to jet engines. Back near the volcano, the danger was immediate and life-threatening. Authorities declared a 14-kilometer radius around the main crater as a permanent danger zone. A total evacuation was ordered. Hundreds of thousands of people had to grab what they could and flee their homes, not knowing if they'd ever be able to return. The images were heartbreaking. Families crammed into evacuation centers, roads choked with traffic, and everywhere that relentless, suffocating ashfall. The eruption didn't just affect people, it reshaped the very land itself. The beautiful turquoise main crater lake, it literally boiled away and vanished, dried up by the intense heat. On the mainland, the ground itself started to break apart. Terrifying fissures or giant cracks began appearing in towns around the lake, some wide enough to swallow a car, splitting roads and even houses in two. It was a stark reminder that the entire region was sitting on a geologically active and unstable area. The economic toll was devastating. Agriculture, a primary livelihood for many in the region, was wiped out. The ashfall buried crops and poisoned farmlands, leading to an estimated 3 billion pesos, or over $60 million, in losses. The once vibrant tourism industry collapsed overnight. The 2020 Taal eruption was a powerful, terrifying reminder that beneath a beautiful landscape can lie immense and unpredictable power. It was a story of sudden chaos, of mass displacement, and of a nation's resilience in the face of nature's fury. And it left a permanent mark, not just on the land, but in the memory of everyone who watched it unfold.